In today's video, I want to break some stereotypes you might have about extroverted feeling, how it works, and what it likes thinking about. To do this, I think it's actually super helpful to talk about the surprising ways that extroverted feeling is actually very similar to another function, extroverted thinking. There's a lot of these like character traits or behaviors that we really associate with one versus the other, not realizing that they're usually both playing in the same playground and doing very similar things, just thinking about it in a slightly different way. For example, extroverted feeling, it's actually a lot more goal-oriented than you might think. A lot of people associate goals and action plans and solutions with extroverted thinking, but in reality, extroverted feeling, it's a extroverted judging function, meaning it's a decision-making function that really likes problem solving outside. And so when you're problem solving outside, that means that there's going to be goals for outside. That means that there's going to be wanting to find solutions and problem solve outside. So why are they smiling? Why are they being friendly? What you'll learn is that there is a clear goal in mind, but instead of it being these maybe performance goals or metric goals, it's more of a feelings goal. I want this person to feel this way. I want to contribute to making this person feel this certain way. Instead of thinking about things in terms of maybe an action plan, it's a little bit more of like a support plan. I have this idea of what people need and what people like. And so I'm going to use that understanding to strategically take care of this person. They might not use the word strategic. They might just feel really strongly, I want to help this connection. I really want this connection to go a certain way. But zooming out, those are all goals, people goals, connection goals, feelings goals. And in order to make those things happen, there's going to be decisions, strategy. When you're working on things and problem solving outside, you're going to also measure and benchmark things off of outside. Again, normally this is something we associate with extroverted thinking, performance goals. Okay, this was 20% better, 50% more people showed up. But remember, extroverted feeling also measures and benchmarks outside. But because it's a feeling function, the things that get measured outside are feelings data and feelings outcomes. So like the people, feelings, relationships, are they feeling connected or disconnected? What do other people like, value, and need outside? And then how can I support that, contribute to that, respond to that? Oh, this will help 3 people feel connected and understood, but this will make 10 people feel connected and understood. This is what we should prioritize. So in exactly the same way that extroverted thinkers like thinking about, will this work outside? How well does this solve the problem? Extroverted feelers are looking at what's the people need, the connection need outside, and then how can we solve that problem outside? Extroverted feelers, I think it's sort of not talked about enough how solutions oriented they can be. They have their own version of optimizing, but instead of optimizing progress or results in a super detached way, it's trying to find solutions for a connection goal. Recently, there was this situation where my dad and my uncle both wanted to help out their sister, my aunt. My aunt lives alone, so both my uncle and my dad wanted to step in and do some things to take care of her. So my uncle, he is a strong extroverted thinker. And with him, his goals really involved creating a system that would work better for my aunt, his sister. You have all this furniture in the garage and you should be able to park your car in there. So we need to move this furniture. You're sort of tripping over things in your garage. And so let me install some shelving or put some racks in here so that everything's clean and out of your way and works. On the other hand, we have my dad, and he is a strong extrovert feeler. So in this situation, he was like, why are we just moving the furniture from the garage into this side room? Why don't we put it into this other room and make it look really nice? That furniture, it's actually my mother's. It has sort of like personal significance. So maybe we can move the furniture into my mother's old bedroom and recreate it. It might take a lot of extra steps to rearrange things, but I think that would really make her feel good and supported and taken care of. And it'll just sort of feel nice having that room be back to the way it was. I thought the situation was really interesting because my dad and my uncle both clearly cared about their sister. And in terms of the actual actions, both both wanted some furniture moved around and wanted things rearranged. But in terms of the motivations, the goals, the things that both of them were optimizing for, that was the part that was super different. My uncle, it wasn't so emotional or having a feelings goal, whereas with my dad, it clearly had this feelings goal, this feeling that he was optimizing for. This idea that extroverted thinkers are these strategic executive managers and then extroverted feelers are like these nice, friendly social workers. Extroverted feelers can also be project managers, executives, leaders, very ambitious and strategic. But it's just coming from a different place with a different motivation or goal in mind. Systems thinking is also not exclusive to extroverted thinkers. With extroverted feelers, it's like there is a people needs ecosystem outside. There is a common sense logic to what people need, what people value, how connections and relationships are made. And so how can I be a part of that? How can I use that people awareness in order to get things done and create emotional impact over here, maybe help people over here? Extroverted feelers also think a lot more about leverage than you might expect. With extroverted thinkers, it's super satisfying for them to think of ways that they can just put a little bit of energy in and get this huge result out. Oh, if I just do this, I'll create all this progress, all these results. Extroverted feelers, they also totally have their own version of the same thing. The ways this shows up is with communities, social hierarchies. Ooh, if I just like become friends with this person, that will like create so many opportunities, more connections, and being a part of that person's network and knowing the right people. That's a huge upside for just becoming friends with this person and being nice. Ooh, if I become a part of a community, then I have more people around me that can vouch for me, that can support me, that can take care of me, that can be thinking of me. All I have to do is contribute or be recognized by this community and I can get this huge result outside. That's super worth it. Another way I like to think about this is, we're always seeing extroverted feelers. They're like smiling, they're being nice, they're giving compliments. And sometimes it's like, why are you doing that? But thinking about it from this perspective helped me actually sort of understand it a little better. It's like, wait, so you're saying if I just smile, suddenly everyone around me feels more comfortable? You're saying if I just like ask people questions about how they're doing and compliment them, people will feel good and people will feel connected to me? All I have to do is smile and I get this huge result out. Of course I'll smile. Like, of course we should smile. It's so easy. In Love is Blind, there's this ESFJ, Jimmy, who his girlfriend's saying all these things that are totally unreasonable, blaming him for all these different things. And instead of saying, lady, you don't make any sense. What is wrong with you? Jimmy, for the first half of the season, is super accommodating. He's like, I really care about you. I want you in my life. I really want to be connected with you. And when I saw that, I was like, how is he possibly setting what he actually thinks aside? Is he just a pushover? But thinking about it from this leverage perspective, I think it can be a little bit like, well, if I express my honest thinking about things in this situation, when this person's feeling bad, that could make them feel worse. That could lead to them not trusting me, feeling really disconnected, and create all this big ripple impact outside. I potentially want to be married to this person. I want to have a future with this person. And so if we're doing the feelings and people cost-benefit analysis, is expressing my personal thinking in this situation really worth it? Extrovert feeling, it doesn't make you a good person or a bad person. It's not connected to your character at all. But sometimes there's these behaviors or things outside that are hard to understand. Why are you smiling? Why are you being fake? Why are you always being a people pleaser? For me, thinking more about, oh, you have goals. You are optimizing for these things. You are excited to prioritize these things. So these things before that made no sense to me suddenly can start making a little bit more sense. I can at least start understanding, oh, that's why you're doing what you're doing. And that's ultimately the point of personality type stuff, right? Finding ways to appreciate and understand people that are different from you and people that make decisions in a different way than you. Are there ways we can improve with our extroverted feeling? What are some practical ways we can use this information to better take care of the people in our lives? Those are some of the extra topics we get to in the full 30-minute version of today's video. If you guys wanted to support the channel, really means a lot, really makes a difference, and I think you'll like the video. See you guys in the next ones. Peace, peace. Bye.